Hey guys, it's me again. I wanted to make this video to share what I have so far been doing in the new Betrayal League. It's been about 3 days since the league launched, and I picked a very weird build to start out with, as I usually do. So my last previous video that I made, I think it was like a couple months ago now, or a month ago, was a Minion Instability build. And a lot of the comments I got asked me to try like Spectre Explosions and stuff like that. So I essentially tried to create something kind of viable. And so this was my level 84 Necromancer. She literally just died in hardcore, so I'm back in standard. Reroll. I'm going to reroll with something else. But so essentially what this build revolved around was I used Cast While Channeling, Storm Burst, and I raised Spectres, Zombies, and Skeletons. Then I also had a link to Desecrate to have a way to create corpses. The reason why I'm doing this whole Cast While Channel thing is because I wanted to make I attempted to make an actual viable way to map with Spectre's explosions. And it's really hard to make that work because you have to do like 3 different things. You have to first create a corpse, then you have to summon your Spectre, and then you have to destroy your Spectre with your flask. So those are a lot of things you need to do before you can damage the minions, or not the minions, the mobs. And that's why it makes the build very clunky and very difficult to pull off. And that's why you don't really see anyone running around with Minion Instability, but I try to do it. So here was my tree. I was running Fleshbinder and Soul Weaver. I think I had like 8 jewels. All my jewels had minion life and life for me too, for the most part. I was running a Soul's Wick to give +2 to maximum Spectres. And that was essentially the build. So essentially what I do is I'm Cast While Channeling. I'm using Storm Burst to proc Elemental Equilibrium. I cast Desecrate. It creates zombies, skeletons, and specters, and then essentially I just blow them all up with my coruscating elixir and kind of rinse and repeat. So I've been doing this for the last like 3 levels now, and it's pretty clunky and it's pretty slow. Unfortunately, I don't really see any other way to really make this build work. Manually casting Unearth and then raising the Spectres and then exploding the Spectres is just way too slow. It absolutely does not work. There's a lot of videos out there with people like detonating a Guardian in 1 hit, or like putting Shaper down to 50% with like just 1 explosion. But the fact of the matter is that build, or those kinds of builds of Spectre Explosions, cannot run maps at all. And so I was actually trying to create a Spectre Explosion build that can actually do maps somewhat efficiently. Unfortunately, I'll show this is the highest efficiency that I got. So I'll just run this Fields map here. And it's still turned out to be pretty clunky, so this is what I've pretty much been doing. So I'll cast that, and then explode and rinse and repeat. And so it's just this, the setup, unfortunately, yeah. The setup just takes too long of a time to viably clear and essentially be safe. So as you can see there, that's basically what happened. The ways I tried to survive was first by stacking life regen. So I have a lot of life regen here. I have some here. I have Warrior's Blood down here. I also am running Umbilicus Mortalis. I also have the Blood Grip. So I have a pretty good amount of life regen. And I'm also using Melgaro's Lens to give me the 2% recovery when minions die. So those were like pretty much my main forms of sustain that I was attempting to do. And yeah, so essentially this was kind of the result. I'm honestly surprised I lived till level 84. I really thought I was gonna die a lot sooner. So I kind of played around with this. I tried some different stuff. Like I tried just doing Ray Spectre, and I tried like can remove like Ray zombies and this, so I could just do minion life, minion damage. I could try that. So now I'd just be pure Spectre. And it also was pretty decent, but unfortunately it's just far too clunky. Spectre explosions do give a pretty cool highlight reel to one-shot bosses, but if you watch any Spectre explosion build try to map, it just flat out doesn't work. So that was my first attempt at a build in Hardcore Betrayal League. Didn't turn out so well, but it was a pretty good attempt. Damn it, I lost this good ring. This ring was really good. I don't know what I'm going to make next. I'm obviously going to do, again, some kind of very funky build. I know they buffed Dodri's skin, which is fucking insane, and I don't think anybody realized actually how good that chest is now. I wish they made this buff last league when I was doing that Dodri skin with my Zuri's Reflection. That build is absolutely insane now with that new Dodri skin buff. They buffed Doriani's Fist, which is interesting. I might try playing around with that. They also changed the spiders on that Arkali's Fang item, that dagger. So I was thinking of trying that potentially and seeing what they did with that, because I always like trying these weird skills that are new and different. So yeah, that's kind of my update on Betrayal League. Unfortunately, the Spectresplosion didn't really turn out as well as I thought it would, but it was a pretty good attempt. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll update you all when I make a new build. See ya.